So as I was saying in the beginning, thank you, traffic in Lima, for interrupting me.
Sí, abre.
Oh, they can see me naked. Oh, this is so Sabes que estás en Lima cuando hay bullo por todos lados. I look like I'm going to read you your cards, read you your future, read a crystal ball, read the palm of your hand, but no, it's just that I was lazy to do my bangs. Dejen de hacer bulla! I've been in Lima for about 5 days now, and I still feel a little bit jet lag, even though it's like an hour, difference. My brain still feels like it's on the plane, like it's going, like it's a little bit, dizzy. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to share a lot of the knowledge, a lot of the experience that I had. I don't like to just keep it all to myself. So I'm going to go into detail, not that much into detail, but small details of how I was accepted into the youth assembly, and the journey that I had to go through, not because of the youth assembly, but because of life situations, and what I did in Washington D.C. First of all, I really want to acknowledge and congratulate and really embrace those people that I met in the youth assembly, and I'm not gonna cry. I really did need people like that to come into my life. Back in April, I believe it was like April 11th, I actually I messaged a friend of mine and I congratulated her because she was an ambassador for the youth assembly. So I applied. My friend told me that I should apply as well because I'm really, I'm very strong about my feminist views. I'm very strong about my gender equality and views, and she told me that I should apply. So I applied. I wrote the essay and everything, went through the process, got accepted, and the only person that really knew was her because she was like an ambassador for the youth assembly, and my mom. Of course, my little brothers also knew, but it was more like my mom because I was updating her on what was going on. So the day that I received that email, congratulations and accepting and everything, I did cry. I did cry because I was going through a rough year around that time, and I still kind of feel like I am. I finished university about December 2017, and that year, the following year, like 2018, was kind of difficult because I felt like, I was a little bit, I guess, of a failure because I wasn't working in something that I was really passionate about. I wasn't working in a place where I felt that I was giving my all. I studied for 4.5 years because here in Peru you study for 5 years in university, and in international relations, so I wasn't working in that. So that's why I felt like a failure, because I was, my major was international relations and I wasn't working anything in that. So that's why I felt a lot of, I felt like a failure. It's the truth. So I went through a little bit of depression, and a lot of people don't really, like close people to me, like really didn't, I guess, care, or they thought that I was, I don't know what they would think. I didn't express it out loud, and I did tell one person, she was like, but you're a feminist, you're not supposed to feel like this. I'm like, what does being a feminist have to do with anything? People really don't care about your mental health, especially corporations. They really don't care. So fast forward, I got accepted, I cried and everything. What I don't like is the fact that people say, oh, thank God for your job, thank God for the company, because it's really your own effort. It's your work, like I had classes that people would actually get once they were in their third or fourth year. I had like been working there for almost a year, or like about a year, and I had already basic, intermediate, and advanced classes in people. That's why a lot of people would bash me, like, and they would, like, one person did talk to my face. She told me, like, but you only have a year, like, why do you have this class, like, why did they give you this class, like, straight up like that. So I really did not feel comfortable in that environment. So I did tell my job, I did tell my supervisors about, this trip, and my vacation was coming up. So I told them, can I switch, because this is coming up, and I explained to them what it was and everything. And that same day, they told me, oh, go here, go there, blah, blah, blah. Se pasaron la pelota, basically. And that same day that they told me, okay, present the documents, I'm like, okay, bet I'm gonna present the documents and everything, so I can change, my vacation, whatever, and not miss work. Me trying to be, depressed, and but still a responsible employee, responsible depressed employee, whatever. Anyways, they shut me down that same day, so I couldn't even send in papers or anything because they shut me down. They said, nope, we're not doing it. So like, okay, I'll figure it out. And the time came, and I said, like, this is coming up, and you guys, shut me off, and what am I going to do now? So they gave me like a solution, and then like the boss was like, nope, you're not going to do that. They get another person, resource, human resource would tell me, okay, you're going to do this and blah, blah. All right, you're going to work this month. When you come back, you're going to work, but you're not going to get paid, blah, blah. Like, even, making me sign these papers and whatever. And then at the end was like, they were making everything so complicated that they were always like shutting me down, like, no, you're not going to do this. No, you're not going to do this. No, no. So making everything complicated. And I said, you know what, I'm going to quit. And I did. So it was a relief for me, because I wasn't happy at that job. I wasn't happy. I didn't feel safe. At the youth assembly, I actually did like a little mini speech. It was improvised. I did not know that I was going to go up there and like, talk. And it's not filmed or anything, because, it was improvised. Like, no one, I didn't think I was going to talk about this. But I did go through, sexual harassment in, the workplace, and did not feel safe at all, really. And the answer was like, well, you're a woman, so like these things are bound to happen. So to hear that was like, okay, you don't agree. And like, even when I explained about the youth assembly, this supervisor told me, I told him that, about gender equality, and like a lot of people, what I'm trying to do is like make this project about feminicides, because in Peru, like, there are a lot of women who are killed just because they are women. And he's like, yeah, but there are a lot of homicides too. Like, a lot of men get killed too. So like at that point, it was like, I know I'm doing the right thing by quitting, because if we don't have the same values, and you don't value my integrity, you don't value my views like I value yours as a company, we're done. Like, it was a breakup. And before I did quit my job, in Lima, it's very normal for you to live with your family. I don't really like it. When I was 18, I was like, I'm gonna live by myself. It's actually really expensive here. So yeah, that was a no. I came home, and I was gonna get ready for work, and we received this letter that was, an eviction. That's what it was. It was an eviction letter. I'm not the person in charge to pay those bills. So the person in charge to pay certain types of bills did not do it. And I had to, pay them, so to speak, to keep living here. It was bittersweet when I quit my job, because I didn't have to work there anymore, and I felt safe, and I felt, relieved. Bitter because a lot of my paycheck did go towards my family, and thankfully I'm not that type of person to like just spend money, and I save up a lot of my money. That was why I was able to go to Washington and go sightseeing and everything straight cash. And I don't earn dollars here, I earn soles. Quit my job, eviction letter, not being able to pay for my brother's university, or my other brother's school trip. So those things were, thankfully, thank God, paid off. And then I was able to go to DC. However, before I went to DC, the water was also cut off. So I don't know what happened. But this trip was really, like, my voice is already breaking. This trip was really something that I needed. I needed for my soul. I'm so thankful. Don't cry. I'm so thankful that I got to, don't cry, but I really am so thankful to have met so many amazing people. Stop crying. I talk a lot, but it's kind of difficult to talk about feelings and things like that. But I really do appreciate, I love the fact that I met so many amazing people. I really did want to talk about the protest that was going on in Puerto Rico, and I met, like, day one, I met the most amazing Puerto Rican. I love her so much. I miss her so much. And she's amazing. She's one of the most intelligent, the most kind people that I have ever met. Another person who is from India, and they are just so incredible, like such an amazing human being. And I'm gonna cry right now, but it's okay because I'm human. But I really was going through a rough time because I felt like no one really supported me. I felt like I was going through a lot of things alone. And it is it's a burden when you're financially responsible for a lot of things. Financially responsible for a lot of things in your family. Stop crying. And I just really didn't feel that support. I really didn't feel that security. I've never really felt security in my life, I think. But I lucharla, like always. But yeah, like I went to Washington DC, and I told, like in Lima, I told maybe about besides my mom and my brothers and my dad, maybe I told two or three people about this project, about the youth assembly. No one else. And they were super glad about it, when I left. And then other people found out because I posted pictures. Like, my family members didn't know until, like, I was there, and I think until now they really don't understand what it's about. But again, it's more like reserving it because I want to protect myself. It was really heartbreaking because whenever I saw my friends or the people that were, or traveling or going through, accomplishing goals, or they were creating projects, or they were accepted to a job, started their dream job, like, I would say congratulations. I would post them on social media, and I would comment on them and whatever and blah blah blah. But then when it was my turn, I really didn't feel that. Maybe from one or two people the first day, and then, like, silence, total silence until this day. So I really am thankful for those people in the youth assembly because when I told them, when I give the little mini improvised speech that I really was not expecting to give, it was just like the heat of the moment, I guess. And I told them about, like, I went through sexual harassment and things like that. It was a Saturday night, and Saturdays, people go out and people, they do what they want. A Saturday night, oh, don't cry. I'm not crying. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. But yeah, a Saturday night, and we were at the lobby of the hotel. So we were at the lobby of the hotel Saturday night, and they just, one person got their laptop, and, like, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, about five people who were really helping me to write an email to get a new job. And I know it's like, and I know it sounds so simple. It's really rare. It's not common to have a group of people to really help you out in your situation. For me, after after feeling so alone, so let down. You guys are just incredible, really. Yeah, you guys are just like inspiring, you guys. But yeah, I needed people like that in my life. I needed you guys in my life. Well, there was another person who was also Peruvian, and what was really disappointing was when they were all helping me and two people just wanted to eat, Peruvian. We always think about food, but then one person was taking away I had written down the email of a person, and like this one person was taking it away, and because the other person was like, I want to have a job too, and even though they have a job, and this person is really misogynistic, he said very like sexist comments on the trip, and he just wanted to benefit off of people. That really was, I don't know if to say hurtful, but it was like a little bit expected from that person. And that's, again, like el enemigo de un peruano es otro peruano, and it hurts to say that. It hurts to see that. It hurts to acknowledge that. But in that circumstance, it was what it was. It was that. So I really am thankful again to those people, to you guys. I don't know if I should say your names, but I'll put your flags here, I guess, because I've mentioned you, so like you know who you are, I guess. I don't want to invade anyone's privacy. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes other people feel better, and improve other people's lives, how you can actually help other people. Not just, for me, it's very, in my case, in my nature, I do not feel accomplished, I do not feel fulfilled working at any place just for an income. Like, if I'm not helping other people's lives and I'm not helping myself, if I'm not happy doing it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be happy doing it. I hope that you guys are also encouraged. Sometimes you do really need to take a risk in order to achieve what you thought you could never achieve, what you always wanted to, but you were too afraid to do. And I think that's where I'm at right now. I'm directing myself and where I really want to go and what I want to do, and like the people around me that I want. Income wise, financially wise, that'll come, hopefully. That'll just come with it. But yeah, so many amazing people from different parts of the world. I say I have a guardian angel from Uganda, different pronunciation. I know I'm Latina, so like I pronounce it differently. Sorry. But so many amazing people, really, from India, from Puerto Rico, from Uganda, from Canada. So many people from Brazil. Oh my gosh, there were a billion Brazilians, really. It's a person from the Philippines. Actually, two people. They didn't know each other, but I met them. It was like, I love the Philippines, and like I just had to talk to them. But it's unbelievable how you make long life friends in just a week, and sometimes like in 2 days, really. And I love that. So hopefully you guys also get encouraged to apply for things, apply for jobs, apply for assemblies, apply for conferences, go on that trip, quit the job that you don't like, and really start an organization. Start something that you love to do. Start a club that you want to do. Initiate. Like, it's so harmful for your soul to just sit back and like, whatever, as long as it's paying me to do things. And I understand it's also very complicated because some people do have jobs. I mean, some people need a job. My brain is like so twisted. Some people have families to feed, babies to care for. So it's difficult for a lot of people to actually, quit your day job and just go for your dream and just, I understand that. Be responsible about that as well. Save up as much as you can, and never save up for like, a rainy day. Always in your mind have that mentality that you're saving up for your goal. You're saving up for a trip. You're saving up for something positive, not for something negative. So really have that in the back of your mind whenever you're, about to pay for something expensive, or when you're ever about to, I don't know, go to a party or go to a club. Like, do you really need to spend that much money, like every single weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday? Do you really need that? Or can you save it up to go on a trip, or can you save it up to, for a master's degree, or for an internship or something? So I really do encourage people to do that.